Good evening and welcome to Fresh Media 365 News. A homegrown terrorist has been found guilty of the murder of MP Sir David Amess and plotting to attack other MPs including Michael Gove. Harbi Ali stabbed to death the veteran MP at a constituency surgery last year in a cold and calculating attack the Old Bailey heard. Ali, 26, attacked 69-year-old Sir David, the MP for Southend West, at Belfairs Methodist Church in Leigh-on-Sea on the 15th of October. Jurors returned a guilty verdict just 18 minutes after they were sent out on Monday lunchtime. Ali, from Kentish Town, North London, attacked Sir David more than 20 times with a foot-long carving knife and was then wrestled to the ground by police officers, footage of which was shown to the court during the trial. He refused to stand up in the dock and was convicted citing religious grounds. Mr. Justice Sweeney said he would sentence Ali on Wednesday. Giving evidence earlier in the trial, Ali said he had killed the MP in the church to stop him harming Muslims in Syria. He said he did not have any regrets over his actions and said he hoped it would send a message to other MPs. Ali sent a manifesto on WhatsApp to family and friends seeking to justify his actions around the time of the attack, telling Sir David he was sorry before plunging the knife into him, causing the politician to scream. Essex Police Chief Superintendent Simon Anslow praised his officers' astounding bravery in tackling Ali. He said they've basically gone in armed with a stick, something that appears smaller than a deodorant can, to deal with a man that has just committed an absolutely heinous attack, still armed with that knife. I think it's an outstanding act of bravery. Director of Public Prosecutions, Max Hill QC, said the murder was the most appalling tragedy, particularly for the Amess family and an attack on democracy. He said, "I'm obviously pleased that at the end of what must have been a very difficult trial for Sir David Amess's family, justice has been served and this individual will now pay the price for his crimes." The court heard how London-born Ali had become self-radicalised in 2014, going on to drop out of university, abandoning ambitions for a career in medicine. The defendant, who came from an influential Somali family and said he had a childhood full of love and care, considered travelling to Syria to fight, but by 2019 opted for an attack in Britain. Ali brought a £20 knife from Argos 6 years ago, which he carried in his bag throughout the summer of 2021 as he scoped out possible targets, jurors heard. He carried out reconnaissance on the Houses of Parliament but found police there armed to the teeth. Ali carried out online research on the MPs, including Labour leader Sir Keir Starmer, Deputy Prime Minister Dominic Raab and Defence Secretary Ben Wallace. He staked out the West London home of Levelling Up Security Secretary Mr. Gove 6 times and wrote detailed notes on how he might get to him. Scenarios including mingling with media, bumping into him jogging, ringing his doorbell and causing a scene to lure him out. Ali rejected the plan after Mr. Gove split up with his wife and was thought to have moved out of the family home. He was later to tell police, "It was so convenient to go to that address, but I just don't know why I didn't do that one." Ali was also spotted lurking outside Finchley MP Mike Freer's constituency office, jurors were told. By September last year, Ali had settled on Sir David as an easy target after seeing his upcoming surgery in Leigh-on-Sea on Twitter. He made an appointment through the MP's office, falsely claiming he was moving to the area and was interested in churches. On the morning of October the 15th last year, he was caught on chilling CCTV as he made his way by foot and train to Essex. Within minutes of meeting Sir David, Ali pulled out a 12-inch 30cm carving knife and stabbed him more than 20 times. He waved the bloody knife and threatened to kill the MP's 2 female aides and a couple who had arrived for their appointment. Sir David's assistant Julie Cushion told jurors he appeared self-satisfied in the wake of the brutal killing. In police interview, he spoke calmly about his terror plot and admitted allegiance to the so-called Islamic State. He told officers Sir David immediately suspected a sting, having been duped into taking talking about a fake drug cake in the television series Brass Eye. He went on, "I felt like one minute I was sat down at the table talking to him and the next he was sort of dead. But yeah, it's probably one of the strangest days of my life now, you know?" Jurors were told Ali had no mental health issues and he accepted much of the evidence against him. Sir David was killed 5 years after Batley and Spen MP Jo Cox was murdered in her constituency. His death led to the renewed concern around the safety of MPs. There will be a short video afterwards which details in more detail how the events of the stabbing, the interview and the arrests unfolded. Once again, thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe to enable this channel to continue running. You can find even more stories on social media platforms and the website. Links will be in the description below. This video was brought to you by Fresh Media 365
Harbi
News.
Ali believed this was his journey to jihad. A stroll to the station, a tube, and then a train. His destination, Leigh-on-Sea. His target, to strike at the heart of our democracy.
Speaking emergency.
Please, quick now. The man is wielding a knife and he's threatening me.
Where are you?
He's killed David Amess at Belfairs Methodist Church.
Within minutes, he'd stabbed Sir David Amess more than 20 times as the MP hosted a surgery for his constituents. Those who'd arrived at the church to call on Sir David for help were instead left phoning the police.
We came in to go to our appointment and he's saying he stabbed him, he's saying he's killed him, he's got a 12-inch knife. Where are the police? Where are they?
2 officers were just arriving.
Can you show us, mate? Stay back there. Here on the left.
Go and see out the story. Yeah, go on.
Without protection, they approach Ali Harbi Ali.
Yeah?
Mate, drop the knife. Drop the knife now! Mate, get it down! Right, search him.
Unarmed, there was no option of fulfilling his wish to be shot.
You're under arrest for murder.
Instead, he'd lived to face his crimes.
Domestic or hate-related in any
Terror.
way? Pardon?
Terror.
His motivations readily admitted to police.
Ali Harbi Ali was a committed, self-radicalised terrorist who conducted a terrible attack against democracy here in the UK.
And this wasn't his first attempt. In police interviews, he explained how he'd scoped out other possible targets at Parliament, including the Minister, Michael Gove.
I'll be honest with you, there's been a lot of times where I've gone out in my head with the plan to do something, and then I would come back on. So, because, what's the word I'm looking for? I bottled it.
He decided to email Sir David Amess for an appointment, believing he'd be an easier target, writing, "I don't know how long the appointments are, but I don't think it'll take too long." His twisted motivation, the MP had voted for airstrikes in Syria.
We chose to charge him not just with an appalling murder, but with preparation for terrorism, something that's quite rarely charged.
There seemed little need for a trial, but Ali Harbi Ali pleaded not guilty, forcing Sir David Amess's family and friends to sit through weeks of evidence.
This is somebody that I knew and somebody that I miss. And so watching body cam footage of that tragic day just reminds you of the reality of what he suffered.
The lasting legacy will be Sir David's. Elected by 27,555 people, killed by one whose name we will likely forget.